Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What is up? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I hope everyone's doing well today. Early stream today. We were going to stream today regardless on, obviously, the final 53, so we're going to stream for a little bit. And obviously, we'll have video on a lot of, we'll have a video by tomorrow morning on pretty much everything that's been going on. We'll have the practice squad tomorrow, 15, 16 players, whatever it is, to the practice squad. But today has been a really interesting day today because there has been some questioning shit that I want to go over here. Now, to go over this list real quick. So the cut so far for the Philadelphia Eagles as of right now, I want to say hello to everybody, by the way. Hope everyone's enjoying their work week. Hope I'm not cutting in on your work day, whatever you're doing. But appreciate everybody joining up today. So Eagles cuts, Will Greer, Max Sharping, Jason Poe, Anim Dankwa, Griffin Herbe, Austin Watkins, Jacob Harris, John Ross. Interesting. With that concussion, apparently. Missed the third game. Teron Jackson, PJ Mustafer, Parry Enkerson, Sean Steffens, Zach McPherson, Andre Sam, Julian Aquara, Terrell Lewis, Brandon Smith, Kevin Folsch. EJ Jenkins was waived today. Armani Rogers, which I actually thought he was pretty productive, hopefully a practice squad guy. Running back Lou Nichols. Okay. So yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I don't know where this is going. Tight end is definitely huge right now. Wide receiver has gotten interesting now because John Ross has been released, not waived. Okay, so it looks like that it looks like the Eagles have no interest in bringing John Ross back. And as of right now, from what I'm seeing in the chat, Paris Campbell just got cut. So are they only what are they doing? Are they just keeping 5 receivers this year? It looks like they're only keeping 2 tight ends. So hear me out on this. So EJ Jenkins waived, right? You have Dallas Goedert, Grant Calcaterra right now as your 2 tight ends. Okay. And they're pretty much, I mean, they're already on injury as of right now. I don't even know if Calcaterra is even back, but they're only keeping 2 tight ends. You're hoping EJ Jenkins makes it through waivers, and if he doesn't, it's really going to suck. And Albert O had muscle tissue surgery, so he's going on the Eagles IR right now. It's like, dude, like, what is going on with these tight ends? It's crazy right now. But, you know, there's definitely a few things. So as of right now, nothing on James Bradberry. Eli Ricks, nothing's happened to him yet. So it's looking pretty good right now. Other than that, I mean, it's just been like, I feel like safety depth, kick returner is definitely depleted on special teams right now. Tight end is just, you're keeping only 2 guys. It's kind of making me a little nervous. Running back Nichols hopefully makes it back to practice squad. It looks like Price hopefully does it. Price looks like he might be staying as the 3. Yeah, sorry, as the 4. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. You know, you guys let me know what's going on, and we'll kind of talk about it, you know, until we get this final list as of right now. What's going on, Lil G Griffith? What's going on, T. Washington Husky? What's going on, Big Bass? What's going on, Tyler, Donnie, Andrew Duty? What's going on? Andrew says, I'm pissed about the Ernest Jones thing. We could have gotten him. Yeah, so he got traded to the Titans for they did a pick swap. 6 fifth-round picks, 1 6 to 1 5 switched up. So he was relatively cheap. The problem with this move, and I think for Howie Roseman and the Eagles right now, is that you would have to pay him after this year. So maybe the Eagles didn't want to give up a 6th-round pick or a 7th-round pick, and obviously it's really up to the player, too, with Ernest, that he requested a trade, and he might want to start for the team. So who knows what's going on with that. The Eagles, you know, for me, I feel like the linebacker position, especially the competition there, I think we just need to really have it unfold. We cannot treat the waiver wire and the releases like it's free agency, because there's a lot of players that are bad, but there are players out there that will help this team depth-wise, you know, practice squad, special teams, you name it. But That was a linebacker that was pretty damn good with 145 tackles, 4 sacks last year. That seems to be getting, if he feels that they're not going to get, he's going to get underpaid after this year. If he had 2 years left on his deal, I could see the Eagles maybe trying to deal with him, but not really that much there. What's going on, Weiser? What's going on, Corbin? Ethan, what's up? Drew says, Quez got released. Eagles don't need him. Yeah, so Quez Watkins gets released for the Steelers. I'm not really surprised. I'm not really shocked as of right now. It does not surprise me at all. Big Bass Shirley says, Bradberry has to be on a chopping block this time, man. Joey, you the GoPro. Appreciate it so much, man. Yeah, I honestly don't know. There was one rumor today that he was going to get released, but it was from a third-party source, which I really couldn't believe. Maybe they think, they have to keep him at this point. There was some video of Sidney Brown coming out. There was some video of Sidney Brown today. Looked really good, but I can't believe that Sidney Brown is going to be back. I really just can't believe it. If you guys didn't know, on top of everything else, Jack Stahl ended up getting released by the Giants, and I feel like they really should sign him back. I had one guy say to me today on Twitter, was like, oh, he sucks. I'm like, he sucks, dude. He's been reliable on the line as an extra offensive lineman or an extra tight end. His blocking is great. Doesn't get the most separation you'll get, but he's got starting capability. He knows the players in Philadelphia. I think it's really a match made in heaven for him to come back to the Philadelphia Eagles, to be honest with you. You're only keeping 2 tight ends on this roster. It's really fucking unbelievable that they're going to do that. I don't know. I really don't want Eli Ricks to go. There's just a lot going on. And wide receiver right now, Paris Campbell's cut, released, not waived. John Ross gets released with the concussion, missed the 3rd game. So you're missing a special teamer there. So I don't know what they're doing for kick returns, because I don't want to see Kenneth Gainwell back there because he's not a returner. I've seen it happen before, and it's not going to work out. Yeah, Paris Campbell cut is interesting. I'm really like, are they trying to get another receiver in the building? Are they trying to get somebody else? I mean, I don't get it. Michael Stones, hey, Joey, how you doing? Exciting today with the Eagles, I'll bet. Thanks for the great stream. I appreciate it so much, Michael. Thank you for coming in, man. Nate says, sup, Joey. So what do you think, Campbell, stay or not? I'm thinking then they go with Covey and Wilson as backups, just keep 5. I guess. I mean, maybe they feel really good about, Covey and Johnny Wilson. I guess they feel good. Obviously, acquiring Jahan Dotson made it a lot harder for Paris Campbell. Made the mountain top a little bit steeper with Paris Campbell and for John Ross at this point. T. Grant says Eagles only have $9 million cap room next year, and only way to get more would be Joshua extension, Bradberry cut, or reduce that by 7. Howie will make keep for the next cap. $7 million is Saquon and Huff. Well, dude, they have $24.5 million that rolls over to next year, and obviously they will make moves by next offseason. So before the cap gets, slaughtered a little bit, I think they'll be perfectly fine. Not really worried about that too much. So there's some questioning shit, no doubt. And honestly, when the final 53 comes out, we'll go over it together and really see if we really agree with this. Ryan says, damn, what's the move if they cut Campbell now? I don't know what receivers have been cut at this point. I know what's-his-face from Kansas City was cut. The Giants' first-round pick that should have been a second or should have been really not even picked at all at this point. I'm really trying to see the other receivers that are even available, if they're even interested in getting another receiver in the building. I'm not even sure. But we'll see. We have 340 people in the building right now. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the stream. Hit the like button. Thank you so much for joining up today. And introduces, by the way, Ernest Jones was traded already to the Titans. Yeah, it was a cheap deal, but he wants to get a contract after this year. You have 2 guys on 1-year deals between Zach Bond and Devin White. You have, obviously, you're going to have Trotter Jr. that's having a good camp. You're going to have, Ben Van Simmeren, Nakobe Dean is hopefully going upwards right now. We'll see what happens with that. Nate said, I think Eagles definitely want 3 tight ends available for game time. Stahl is definitely a possibility. He really should be. Jeff McClain did say that there's a possibility they might keep only 2 tight ends on this roster. And I'm sorry, but by next year, okay, if it's not this year, by next year, they have to draft a tight end early next year. I mean, that's got to be on the list. So another Eagles release as of right now, Brett Toth is gone. So maybe they're keeping Nick Gates. Maybe they're keeping Nick Gates because Brett Toth plays obviously center. He's been your backup center, has been your guard. Nick Gates is the vet. You know, he played a lot in the third game, so I thought Brett Toth would maybe get the job. Tyler Steen is going to be shelved. He is on IR right now. So I'm thinking Nick Gates is going to make it. I'm guessing right now. Maybe they like Nick Gates a little bit better because he's got starting capability. He's been through to a couple teams. So we don't really have a backup center right now. And that's I don't know if they did anything with Nick Gates today. I don't think they did. I could be wrong. We cut a halfback Melton. Yeah, so Kendall Milton's gone. Nichols is gone. Hopefully one of them can come back to waivers. Price looks promising, so that's good. Price has been the better back out of the four, or really out of the rest of the guys that we've had. You're going to have Saquon, Will Shipley, and Kenneth Gainwell. So Price has looked pretty good. I've liked him all the offseason. Frank George, Brand Pex's Frank Gore got cut today. Interesting. Grant says Eli Ricks would only play if Slay, Mitchell, and Rodgers covered injured simultaneously. Think about it. He's a wasted spot. Potentially, he could be. I mean, they haven't done anything with him yet, so he might be a last-minute cut, or he might be here. Because realistically, down the line, if I go back to my notes here, for cornerback, okay, if you want to go cornerback, Slay, Rodgers, Ringo, Mitchell, DeJean, and Maddox. So will they add a seventh cornerback? I'm not really sure. I have Maddox as the backup nickel right now, so that's where we're at with that whole thing. Andrew, see, Joey said he hadn't requested a trade. The team told him to find a trade he didn't want to really go. Yeah, that's the news I saw yesterday, so I thought maybe it was fake news, but maybe he didn't want to go. Maybe he wanted to stay, and they just wanted to let him go because maybe the Titans have cap space. They have the cap space after this year. They'll have cap space left, so, What's going on, Punjab? Nate said, I think Campbell or Ross or even both come back practice squad. Look, if they're not even waived at this point, I don't think they're coming back. They could come back. One of them could come back to the practice squad. Campbell might try to find a starting job somewhere else. And John Ross at this point was flat out released. Still with the concussion. Sorry. John Ross was released. So if a team usually waives a player, usually when you waive a player, you want them back. If you straight up release a player, it's kind of telling you they don't want you back. And if they didn't waive Campbell or John Ross, they might not want them back. Maybe there's another receiver out there. I know Noah Brown got waived, I think, by the Texans. And obviously the connection with Kellen Moore and Noah Brown with the Cowboys, could be another receiver coming to Philadelphia. Noah Brown could be a big one there. We'll see what happens. Concealed catches Jack Stahl released from Giants. Yeah, that's a big one for me. I mean, he was healthy last year he was healthy. He left the Eagles, unfortunately, and it seems like the Giants always like to sign our tight ends after we get rid of them. Tyree Jackson was one, and now it's Jack Stahl. But I cannot believe they're going to be only keeping two tight ends. Albert O is on the IR, is going to get intermuscular tissue surgery. Calcaterra can't stay healthy. And Dallas Goedert Unfortunately, Dallas Goedert has no oblique injury right now. It's as worse as it can get as of right now, so it's kind of fucking nuts right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Try and get through these as fast as I can, guys. Aaron Jones, someone said we lost $7 million cap next season if we release or trade Bradberry. Yeah, there's going to be a cap number. I don't know what the cap number is. I know it's not too big. I mean, if it's $7 million, I honestly don't think it's a big deal, to be honest with you. But so far, I mean, I'm hoping Andre Sam comes back because I actually really want to start producing him a lot. I like Andre Sam a lot. Rangy, just got that swag to him. Hard hitter, trash talker. I love Andre Sam. So hopefully he's on practice squad. And as of right now, dude, like Bradberry, I don't know who's telling the lie. Have they been hyping up Bradberry to be something to build his value? Or is he really doing things in camp? Because to be honest, I can't believe Bradberry's doing anything. Fangio talks a big game when it comes to James Bradberry, but the guy can't cover tight ends. He can't open field tackle. I think he's got the body for the position, but when it comes down to it, it's really not there for me. It's really not. I don't know where they're going with this, you know? So it's kind of nuts. Barron says Jack Stahl should come back. I feel like he should. I had guys fight me on Twitter that he's not good at all. It's like Jack Stahl would be great in this offense. And number one, he's got a ton of value because the guy can block. You could put him on a red zone as an extra lineman. You could do whatever you want with him. Jack Stahl will be potentially could be a vital piece coming back. I'll be shocked if he's not back. If the Eagles just skip on him and say, oh, the Eagles know about the injuries with Calcaterra and Dallas Goedert right now. There's no way they keep that. There's no way they do that right now. There's no way. Money on my mind says Noah Brown was with Kellen Moore from a sort. Well, no, he was with the Cowboys. I mean, and he's still a good player. I think he could be a replacement at number 3 or something like that. He could be the number. He could be technically the number 4, number 5 in Philadelphia right now. You know, depending on how they really view. How they really view Britton Covey. Ron says, what up, Joey? How are we feeling? We're feeling good, man. Today's this is a exciting day today because this is a chance for the Eagles to really fix a lot of positions depth-wise. And I think special teams is a mess at kick returner right now. Says John Raw, who's kick returning? I mean, I don't know. You know? Punjab says, Joey Shakes, you're the man, bro. Eli Ricks has to stay. I don't think he has to stay, but I feel like this scheme doesn't work for him because I feel like as an off-ball corner, he's not good at that. I think take some of the games like Miami last year where he went head-to-head with Tyreek Hill, press man, and I thought he played really well. I think when he gets physical with receivers at the line, I think that's where he's at his best. But as an off-ball guy, I'm not loving it so much. You know what I mean? Sterling Shepard got cut the other day. I saw that. Now, he's like, 30, 31 now? I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. The Asper Positive says, Joey, when are we bringing back Jalen Mills? Need the Green Goblin back for Super Bowl? Remember Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's tweet said, "Nah, we don't need him." I don't think he's coming back. No, I don't think so. Dewan Jones says Titans got Rams linebacker Nichols for a 6th-round pick. It seems like a lot of people are pissed off a lot of people are pissed over that linebacker getting traded to the Titans. Guys, we would have to pay him after this year. I feel like the Eagles have to pay a linebacker after this year, so maybe it's not. I don't blame you for being pissed off at it. But I think the Eagles feel like they're set in the building. You know what I mean? You add him to the mix, then you're gonna have to let go of somebody else. Which at that point, Ben Van Simmeren would probably be gone at this point. You know what I mean? So we've heard Trisha McCollum. Nothing on him yet, so that's good. He really deserves a spot, to be honest with you. He's had a really good camp. Pone said Noah Brown, wide receiver from Houston, when Kellen was offense coordinator, he liked him in Dallas. Yeah, that's the connection right there. Let me try to get through these. I'm so sorry, guys. It's fucking going nuts. Brent said, a late round pick. Juan Medis says veterans that are cut can't be waived because they outright will become free agents, unlike players who are waived who have to pass the waiver wire. Okay. Well, I'm just saying at the end of the day, if you're not waiving the veteran players because of rule or something like that, then I guess it makes sense. But when it comes down to it, what are the weakest positions right now? Tight end, kick returner. I feel like there's got to be another receiver coming. I'm sorry, but there's got to be another receiver coming right now. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But something's got to happen here. Alice, James Bradberry is a wasted roster spot. If he's still on the team by the end of the season, I'm going to be pissed. Honestly, dude, I don't know what he's making a big salary right now to be a second-team fucking safety. to me, it's just I feel like Avonte Maddox could be in that position. I'm not even comfortable with that at this point. I think Avonte Maddox is going to play better at that position than James Bradberry, and we're pretty much calling Avonte Maddox Mr. Glass at this point. And he's been healthy. He's been good. He's been healthy this past offseason, so that's a great thing. But he's on a 1-year deal. You know what I mean? So who do you really have back there? Mekhi Gardner was playing safety. He's on the PUP list or IR. I forgot where he's at, but I know he's hurt with the Eagles right now. And there's really nothing else. Andre Sam coming in would be some good depth and producing a player like him. But, who's your 3 and 4 right now? And if Bradberry's one of those guys, and Sidney Brown, I don't have him coming back. I know he's running. He's looking good right now, but I'm sorry, but he's got to get back into football shape. It's going to take him a lot of time. You think he's going to come back in 2 seconds. It's not. Wouldn't shock me if Sidney Brown is still on the PUP list going into the season. He'll be out an automatic 4 weeks. So it's kind of nuts. Um, 125 says, Duad, you are right about cutting him. Would kill us in dead cap. They'll probably keep him and bench him. It's still not worth it. It's still not worth even keeping Bradberry and benching his ass, to be honest with you. It's not even worth it. Yank Ngakwe, 100%. I would love more edge. We'll see what happens. Bang Bang says, we need edge more than anything. I get it, dude. I get it. I'm just talking about really right now who they can get. All right, so realistically, what do we have here? Okay, so if we're looking at certain positions, because I saved some things I want to share with you guys. So Seahawks released wide receiver returner Dwayne Eskridge. He's a really good returner. I think they should at least, he's a former second-round pick speedster. He should sign very quickly to a team. I think they should acquire him. Put him, and whether it's a practice squad guy, they move up every week just for as a kick returner. I think he would be great. Shit. I mean, tight end just looks horrible right now. Here's another one. What is he? Let's see. Another kick returner, veteran to watch. Returner Jamal Agnew from the Jaguars, another guy. He had a broken leg last year coming back. He has 10 teams that are after him right now. I wonder if the Eagles are one of those teams. Because I feel like I said, special teams is really important, especially at kick return. We need to start scoring at that position and seeing what's going on. So it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. God Dog Advice says, Ricks is buried on the depth chart. I like him, but don't we need don't need him. How many cornerbacks would have go down for him to see the field? Yeah, I get that. So technically, what do you have? Slay, Rogers, Ringo, Mitchell, DeJean, Maddox. Maddox's primary position is going to be nickel, most likely, because we don't. Zach McPherson's gone, and Josh Jobe is. I think Josh Jobe's already cut. Is Josh Jobe still on the team? I think he actually is. I didn't see him get cut yet, unless I read his name and didn't realize it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Spinning wins says White and Trotter Jr. will be the guys next year. I'm hoping one of Zach Baun, and still I'm not even really believing Zach Baun right now, just because I feel like he's been the teacher's pet. He's had some snaps, but I haven't seen enough of my own 2 eyes from Zach Baun. As the best coverage guy from our linebacker core, I don't know. Devin White, I think, can revive his career in Philadelphia. Could have a big year. Could be a big re-sign candidate going into next year. So we'll see. We need a backup nose tackle. I'm high on Davis, but his conditioning is good, not great. So we need a backup nose tackle. Well, we don't know anything yet. We don't know anything. We don't know if he's going to be good or whatnot. So, you know what I mean? He's in his 3rd year right now. It really starts with him, Like you said, we dropped Nick Gates, so who is backup guard? So Nick Gates has already been released? So if Nick Gates is already... So did they waive Nick Gates, or did they release him? They released him? They said, I really like Kennard's chances just because he almost played every snap of the whole preseason. Definitely flashed at times. Good backup for Lane, I think. Well, I mean, it says Noah Brown would be a good dream pickup, but Giants will go after him. Yeah, Giants might. I mean, there's probably other teams that have interest, too, that are down at the receiver position as well. Godspeed Poseidon said we need edge rusher and maybe another safety. Maybe, just maybe another linebacker. I think linebacker, they ain't touching it. They're keeping 5 linebackers. Devin White, Zach Bond, Trotter Jr., Nakobe Dean, and Ben Van Sermon. Those are going to be your 5. They're not touching linebacker. Linebacker, they're not going to add to it. Not going to add to it, so... Brand says Bradberry is hot dog water. Ryan says Van Sumeren and White would be some serious speed at linebacker. Ben Van Sumeren is producing really well right now. I got it. I'll take care of it. And we'll give him 30 minutes. We'll give him 30 minutes. I don't like people spamming like that. Like, I don't get why people got to spam like that and be annoying. We're having a serious discussion here. We're having a serious discussion. Chris Gotts Shakes knows I've been saying Bradberry would get cut. I can't say that anymore. Look, we'll see what happens, bro. I honestly don't know, because really, if you take if you take Bradberry out of the picture, you know, do they have a lot of faith in McCollum? You know, do you have more faith in McCollum than you do in Bradberry? I might actually say yes at this point. You know what I mean? Paris Campbell cut. Yes, Freddie, he is cut. So John Ross is gone. Paris Campbell's gone. You're down to 5 receivers, with now adding to Jahan Dotson, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Johnny Wilson, Britton Covey. That's your 5. Will they add a 6? Grant says Eagles cap is bad next year. We're not rolling over 24. What are you talking about? What? It rolls over next year. And before the offseason starts, Howie Roseman makes moves at the end of the year before the offseason starts. So I don't get where that's coming from at all. Terrace Marshall Jr. Yeah, I remember that was the kid from LSU, right? I like that kid a lot, actually. Kadarius Toney, what do you guys think about him? Do you think he's like just total ass juice at this point? You guys let me know. Chris Scott says McCollum has to make it over Turdberry. I really want younger guys to like make a rise over these vets. Bradberry has no future with this team. He's on contract for 1 more year, but I have no interest with this. At this point, with this youth movement coming, there's just no room, man. There's no room. Linda said, what's going on? Linda Conyers says, any of these cuts surprise you? I'm surprised they've cut 2 receivers so far today. I've only been surprised at 2 things. 2 receivers being cut, Ross and Campbell. And tight end is just it's a mess. And from what Jeff McClain said in a tweet today, because Albert O is getting muscle tissue surgery. Okay, EJ Jenkins got waived. If EJ Jenkins gets picked up, it's going to be a fucking disaster. I think it's... So this is what Jeff McClain said. He says, Eagles tight end Albert O will be placed on injured reserve after undergoing a core muscle repair, NFL source said. He has projected 6 to 8 weeks recovery timeline from the date of the procedure and will be eligible to return this season. With the reported release of EJ Jenkins, the Eagles will initially carry just 2 tight ends, Dallas Goedert and Grant Calcaterra, but don't rule out the acquisition or possibly return of Jack Stahl, who was released by the Giants. So that's the rumor mill right now. I don't know how real it is at this point, what's going to happen with it, but I got to say they better move on this tight end position. I don't trust it. Tight end, I was like, please, Dallas Goedert stay healthy during camp, and he hasn't. So this oblique injury could take up to a few days to 3 weeks. So potentially, if you're out Dallas Goedert for this fucking game against Green Bay, that's probably going to be more prepared because they've played their guys in the fucking preseason. It's going to be really tough, man. It's going to be really tough. Ricks didn't get released at all. Yeah, Campbell released. Diagonal Advice says Fangio's favoritism is showing with Bradberry and Bond. Other players on the roster have looked better. I totally agree. I'm glad somebody actually said it. Because that's how I feel. Zach Bond, he's been talking about Zach Bond since Fangio's introductory press conference. What is his favoritism with Zach Bond? I haven't seen enough. Maybe he's a beast. Maybe he's not. But Nakobe Dean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., someone's coming for that spot. We're going to find out this first game if, like, he is playing favorites, because it will be a big problem. Maurice still said, what if the Cowgirls are willing to trade for Bradberry since Bland is out? Yeah, you're not going to get too much for him. I mean, you want to try to fleece a team, maybe a late rounder and a mid rounder for like a next, for a couple years or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Chris says, don't worry about next year's cap. The cap's going up big time. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing too. I don't get what everybody's like so worried about the cap. The cap is the last thing Eagle fans should ever be worried about now. Alo says, Kadarius Toney is a joke at receiver, buddy. We could use him at kick return. Yeah, that is true. We could use him. But he's got a fumbling problem. He's got a catching issue. So I don't know if it's just mentally. He's just got a mental thing going on. He hasn't lived up to where he's supposed to be, obviously. But Kadarius Toney has got the speed and has got the movement, but his attitude, and we got to see if like legit, he's got a good attitude, going onto a roster. So he might not get signed so damn easily as everybody thinks. Gonna fly. They got to report out Bradberry got traded to the Cardinals. I mean, why? Because, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of nuts, though. I mean, Jonathan Gannon obviously was here when Bradberry was here, so I guess maybe that would make sense. Frankie Ray with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Albert O just put on IR. Yeah, so Albert O's on IR now. Calcaterra can't stay healthy. Goddard's with an oblique injury right now. EJ Jenkins, man, if he gets picked up, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I will not put a hole in my wall because I care about my place of residence, but it's going to be fucking close. It's going to be really close. So we'll see. You know what I mean? Appreciate the super chat very much, Frankie. 631 in the chat now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like up the stream like crazy. We cover the Eagles every single day. We'll be streaming every regular season game, videos every day, live streams 5 times a week like this. If you're enjoying it, definitely hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Become a member in the pinned comment. Check out the merch for the Philly Shakedown podcast link. The Discord. I have my Discord as well where I do vid chats with people during the week with the subscribers once a week. So definitely hit the Discord and the rest of the links down in the description. Thank you so much. This is the initial 53. It will change. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Derek Stevens, did you see Nick Wrong had the Eagles finishing 3rd in the NFC East? Yeah, I don't care. Nick Wright is a fucking asshole. So he's an Eagle hater, bro. That's just every time I see news, it's always hating on the Eagles. Yeah, he's behind the Cowboys and the Commanders. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, I'm not surprised. Eric Stewart says, Quez Watkins just got cut by Pittsburgh. Yeah, he got cut a little bit ago, but, I'm not surprised. Are you surprised? Remember what Quez said? I'm going to make y'all eat your words when they signed Alamati Zacchaeus. Remember that? Look what's happening now. Vashawn Taylor has seen Bradberry want to shy away from tackling, then why he playing defense? That's true. It's true. Brian, should we pick up Frank Gore? No, we don't. I like the 3 running backs we have, and I think Nichols has been waived, so hopefully he'll come back to the practice squad. Kendall Milton, I think, was waived as well, so we'll see what happens. We're really hoping Price makes it as the number 4. I think they will keep 3, but they could have 2 on the practice squad. So I hope Price does come back, Davis Price. Lord Vaughn said, if he got traded, I'm going to do a backflip. JJ Irv says, just bring Scott back from the Giants game, then release him. Lord said, Bradberry gone, I'm literally going to do a backflip. And we'll see. We'll see. Where is this shit to the Bradberry to the Cardinals? Where is this shit? I mean, are they actually going to get a fucking draft pick for him? So let's see. The Cowboys are finalizing a trade, sending tight end Peyton Hendershot to the Chiefs for a late round conditional pick. God, that fucking team is just a joke. Let's see. Jeff McClain says, hearing that James Bradberry is likely to survive today's cuts, Eagles spoke to some teams about a possible trade, including the Ravens, who have former Eagles DB coach and Bradberry fan Denard Wilson. but Bradberry's transition to safety has been shown he's not viewed as an outside cornerback by most anymore. Still something could shake loose in the next week that would affect Bradberry standing on the 53-man roster. Eagles are on the hook for his $224 salary. God, bro. So they actually are trying to move him. So teams are not looking at Bradberry. Yeah. It even says Bradberry's transition to safety has been slow, and he's not viewed as an outside corner by most anymore because he's not fucking good. The whole league knows that Bradberry's not good on the outside anymore. And no teams view him as a safety right now. It's turning out to be a really bad fucking contract. That's the news right now. That's real shitty, bro. That's real shitty. Damn. Yeah, I think it's really the contract, dude, honestly. I think it's the contract cuz he's owed like what? It's like $10.5 million or something like that. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy shit. Man, Bradberry staying as an Eagle as a backup safety he's oh man. Damn. Yeah, just read it. Just fucking read it. Paris cut. We're going to bring back Quez Watch. No, definitely not. If they do that, I'll be pissed. Anybody but Quez Watkins. We are done with that era. It's over. Steve said the Eagles aren't going to just cut Bradberry. Either way, they trade him or he stays. It's looking like they're going to keep Bradberry, unfortunately. Amari Thomas says Paris Campbell did some talking for a guy. Just did some talking for a guy who didn't even make the roster. He did some talking. Eric said we need to go back and get Reddick back here. Yeah, definitely not happening. Nate says Eagles trying to move Bradberry like Cowboys trying to sign Dak. Yeah, it's almost impossible, I guess. JJ Evers says we can't get 2 used cigarettes for Bradberry. We probably could. I mean, if no teams look at him as a safety, and no other teams in trade discussions think he even has any more in the tank at outside corner, that's not good. It's not good. So that's where we're at. Ace Boogie says, get rid of Bradberry. He couldn't tackle with my 4-year-old dude. His dude. Lord wants to rather have Zacchaeus than Quez. I mean, look, Zacchaeus might make the Commanders wide receiver core right now. He might make the team right now. Okay. We never gave Zacchaeus a shot. I mean, once Quez got hurt, Zacchaeus never really had an opportunity. They never used him. They totally ignored the position. Just like when Dallas Goedert was hurt last year, they ignored the position. We didn't really find out who our number 2 tight end was last year because they just ignored it. Thanks to Nick Sirianni. Sharpbait says it's already a bad contract if can get a pick at this point is better than nothing. I don't care if it's a 7th round pick for 2035 and I'm, you know what I mean? And I'm in my fucking 50s. To me, it doesn't matter, dude. I don't care what we get for him. I feel like just Tristan McCollum has to make this team. At this point, I'm hoping it's Tristan McCollum. It's going to be Bradberry, Tristan McCollum. I don't even know if they keep a 5th. Maybe Andre Sam, maybe. Sidney Brown's on the pup right now, so he's still not back yet. Obviously, Sidney Brown would be in a spot right now. JJ says, Quez Dropkins. Paris will be back, and we'll see. Chris said, if we only have 2 healthy safeties, then Bradberry's staying. That's what it looks like. The trade deadline's not over until week 9, so you could trade from now until week 9 of the regular season. So the Eagles can really trade whenever they want to. Dynasty Joke says, Jay Powell says, no one giving up assets for Dingleberry? No. Zacchaeus catching that Bills game. Oh my God, the catch in that Miami game was. Oh yeah, that was the Bills game. That was a good. Yeah, that was a good catch. McCollum over Ricks. Well, McCollum plays safety, dude. McCollum and Ricks are two different positions. So, but you're saying keep an extra safety over an extra. So you're saying keep an extra corner, an extra safety over a corner. Maybe. Amari Thomas, I said stuff along the lines of I'm gonna prove the Giants and their fans wrong. Sam's was cut. Sam's who? Devolia says Cowboys trade Herder shot the KC for a conditional late rounder. Yeah, it was for a conditional late rounder. I don't know how many. I don't know. I would have to count it. So if somebody knows in the chat how many more cuts they would have to make, you guys could probably tell. You guys could probably tell me. Jurgen Mills says, Joey, good job what you're doing. Look what up with preseason football. They cut down what you think. My opinion and safety sucks. You never know. Wait until the season start. I don't know what you're saying. I'm glad they actually cut down the preseason games from 4 to 3. Donald says Paris was released with a wink wink. He was a release as a veteran and does not go through waivers, thus comes back on practice squad. We'll see what happens, bro. I don't know, dude. Like, Paris Campbell hasn't shown us much. I mean, he caught a couple catches in the third game, 1-2 catches. I don't even know how many more, to be honest with you. So I'm not really sure. Flower Mine says, let's just ask Barry serve water to the players. He's the towel boy, the water boy. I don't know. $19 more cuts, 22, 21. Acme John says, how about they paid CD to trade him? They might have something there. Trevor says, wait, hear me out, Joey. Theory, we had talks with the Cardinals for a trade package for Budda Baker. The package we sent would have included Bradberry. I didn't read that. I think that's BS. I doubt it. You're just saying, you're just saying that just because, like, we need safety? Lord Vaughn said, can't we just add Bradberry to special teams so he won't cost us any games? Yeah, I know. 19 more minutes. Chris says, Ricks has terrible lateral movement. He's stiffer than Philly 500 watching porn. What the fuck is up with you people? I don't think Ricks is... I think Ricks is just in the wrong scheme. I don't think he's good for an off-ball scheme. I think he's good playing press and being physical. Off-ball, he's not good. That's just me. I feel like he loses his step when he's playing off ball. T-Rex says the offense will be good. I'm just more worried about the defense. Yeah, I mean, same here, dude. Like I'm worried a little bit, you know. But we'll see. Edith says, "Hey Joey, do you think we have another trade in us for someone?" Potentially they could. I mean, a lot of people say that Ernest guy, they skipped on that linebacker trade, but I feel like they're already set at linebacker at this point with the competition. I mean, Yannick Ngakoue on the edge would be nice, as some more meat to the rotation. I honestly don't fucking know. I wish I knew more, to be honest. Teal Hopkins with the super chat. Thank you so much, my boy. He says, remember Shaq Leonard was our answer. Where is he? That guy, the problem with Shaq Leonard, man, is like he was a fantastic player. He ended up having neck surgeries, back surgeries, and kind of he's just been done, you know. Hasn't really been the same, you know. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. 713 the chat. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the stream. We cover the Eagles every day. We'll have 5 streams a week. We do live play-by-plays of the actual regular season games. And check out all the links. Discord, the Philly Shakedown merch, all that great stuff. Check in link in the description below. Become a member to the support as well. He says, Bradberry was good 2 years ago. He just lost a step in 23. It happens. You know, I think that last play of that Super Bowl, I think mentally messed him up. I honestly think there's a psyche type thing in his brain that's going on. I think ever since that last play of the Super Bowl, which really clinched it for KC at that Super Bowl in 22, I think he hasn't been the same since. And that's just me. And some guys are like that. I just think as of right now we all know Bradberry is a zone type corner, but to me, He's the one that wanted to change positions this year. Bradberry says, look, they already had, look, I got to give props to Isaiah Rodgers. You know, most guys that take a year off because of being suspended, usually those guys are just never coming back with a vengeance, but he did. Okay, you got this youth movement going on in Philadelphia. Ringo will be the future number 2 to this team, or sooner than that. Okay, there's a lot of positivity. Quinyon Mitchell can play outside and he can play inside. Look what Vic Fangio did. He took a lot of gambles with Quinyon, with Bryce Huff, with guys really taking him out of position. And it seems like it is paying off in this offseason program. Hopefully, that's what it's really looking like right now. Lord Vaughn says Jalen Hurts is a handsome guy. No, did he? Of course, he's in all the commercials. Dog of Ice says, I think I'd rather bring Hank right through the basket or Todd Alligator Arms Pinkston out of retirement than have to deal with Quez as BS again. Skid says, Skid Barks, what's going on, dude? So the height of the not admitting mistake Bradberry taking away a spot for someone's talent who could really help. That's what I feel like, because God forbid Chauncey gets hurt or Reed gets hurt and Bradberry has to go in there. Maybe he'll play well. Maybe we're not seeing enough. But for me, from the joint practices, he can't cover tight ends. He's not going to be able to cover wide receiver threes. I mean, back end coverage, I don't think is going to be there. Open field tackling is not going to be there. I just think it's not going to be there. That's just me as of right now. Chris says, Serious Talk Shakes, how good are our Eagles rushers? I think safety and edge are a weakness in my opinion. I think backup safety is weak. I'm not thinking the starters are that weak. Why? Because of Reed Blankenship? I don't think he's a bad player. I just think his coverage is suspect at times, but I don't think it's horrible as everyone thinks it is. But edge rusher, yeah, we talked about Nolan Smith the other day. Second year, do we count last year with bad coaching behind him and not really put him in the right direction? Sure, but I didn't really like Nolan Smith. Hasn't done much of anything. He's getting pressure maybe against 3s and 4s and not 1s and 2s. And that's a big problem for me. He had 2 sacks that really didn't account to anything, where he had an unblocked sack and the other one where he got chipped into the lane and got a free sack right there. So I don't know. The defensive, the inside is perfectly fine. So what they'll keep right now is defensive tackle Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Moro Ojomo, Milton Williams, and obviously Tupelutu. TJ Mustipher, maybe he'll make it to practice squad. They need a backup nose at this point. I don't think they have that right now. Fangio says that they could put Ojomo or Milton Williams at the nose if they want, that those guys could play there. But who knows what he's saying is obviously true or it's just bullshit. So we don't know. That's where I'm at with that whole entire thing. Nate says, bundle Pickett and Bradberry to Minnesota for a skull scarf. Man, people want Bradberry out of here, bro. See, like when people expect Bradberry to get cut and when it doesn't happen, people flip the fuck out entirely. People flip. So it's kind of nuts. Let's see if there's anything here right now. Let's see. On the injury sustained to Eagles wide receiver Jacob Harris, preseason finale, my understanding, in addition to the concussion, also broke multiple bones in his face. What? How the hell did he break bones in his fucking face? Damn. That's horrible. I'm trying to find if there's anything else on here right now. Bradberry's expected to survive today's cuts. Eagles spoke to teams regarding trade. Titans were one of the teams involved. Bradberry will look at an impact at safety. Fucking God, I can't believe this is happening, bro. I can't believe this is happening. There's no fucking way he's the third best safety in the room. Like there's no way he's even a backup. A slow transition. Nothing good seen from him this offseason program. Between coverage, whiff tackles. We've seen it. We saw it in the preseason game. We saw it at joint practice. He couldn't cover that tight end. I don't even know what his name was. I mean, he's getting beat by 2-3 steps. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy shit. Crazy shit. Finn says, Fitness Roofer, what's going on? Says, bringing back Jack Stahl means they can utilize 21, 22 personnel sets. Green Bay's front is weak against the run and covering tight ends. That I do know. Stahl as a blocker has been one of the biggest. And then honestly, the more you have on the edge, especially you add him as an extra offensive lineman, especially for red zone, short yardage, stuff like that, Jack Stahl's going to do good for you. He does a lot of the dirty work for you. So I feel very good about Jack Stahl coming back because the Eagles know how to use him. And I think obviously they have, obviously he was under different coordinators, but at the same time, knows the team. And I think he'll be fine, dude. The guy could play. The Giants have taken 2 of our tight ends at this point, and have done nothing with them. TY Eagles Fly with the super chat. Thank you so much, dude. Very generous of you. So I think CJ being there helps out Reed at safety. I feel like he tries to do too much with bad cornerbacks and other safety play. Yeah, I believe that in some cases, but I feel like Chauncey, you're going to get that ball hawk capability, open field tackling at times, and good coverage from him. And obviously Reed has been, I fight with people about Nolan Smith. I fight with people about Reed Blankenship. And just remember, guys, Reed Blankenship was extended, so he is here throughout the 2025 season next year. So he is on contract for another year as of right now. So, yeah, the safeties are 100% affected by cornerback play, no doubt. But hopefully, the one thing I can say that's good about this defense right now that I really do like, as much as I don't like the off-ball multiple scheme system, is that Fangio does believe in the blitz. He didn't just say that and they didn't blitz enough. They blitz a lot. The blitzing packages I'm really excited about. But they put a lot of resources into the secondary. This is the first year in a lot of years where the Eagles have put a lot of resources in the secondary, and this is the first year we're saying, man, this defensive line is lackluster. We never really say that. It feels good to not rely on the defensive line for a lot of things, but at the same time, you got to get pressure this year. Vic Fangio is ranked 3rd in pressures in his defense last year, top 10 hitting quarterbacks. So you're hoping that, there's some good things taken from it. So we'll see what happens. But, safety depth still, I think, is a big question. So we'll see how that goes. Appreciate the super chat, TY. Thank you so much. Lord Vaughn says, Nolan Smith is a good tool for us because nobody going to block him and he's getting free sacks. What's up, Rock? Steve Shapiro, what's going on? Says Bradberry will eventually be cut. They're just trying to get something back in a trade. So even Jeff McClain said wait until next week after all the rosters are said and done, and these teams will still try to trade. There are teams that are still going to try to trade before the regular season starts. Okay, I think it may look like right now he's on the 53, but we could wait another week. Okay, things could change in another week for this team next week if they want to replace him with somebody else. They have a week to go. We don't have much time. We don't have a lot of time left because we have a game really soon. So we'll see how this all looks. Shane says, you can't play safety if you can't tackle or run with guys. He cooked. I believe it. But this is what happens when he changes positions. Like Fangio said, there's only very few players out there that can transition from corner to safety because it's not the same. Okay? And I don't think he's one of those players right now. So I think potentially this entire thing with him being on the 53 could be realistic for the time being and will be dealt. What they could do realistically is they can extend Bradberry's contract for a couple years, and then they could flat out trade him or something, which the dead cap could be split up for a few years or something like that. There's got to be a loophole in this whole thing with James Bradberry. Howie Roseman loves working those loopholes. I feel like there is something there with it. For what the rumors are saying, he's a lock for the 53 right now. That year he had 6. Marina, you're wrong. That year he had 6 interceptions, ton of pass breakups. He was actually rated really high. Patrick Johnson made the roster. That's good. I thought he had a good camp. Is he for an edge or an outside linebacker? Because I honestly think he can. I think Patrick Johnson can rush the quarterback too. I think he can do both. You know what guy is going to leave the Philadelphia Eagles? He won't make it to practice squad. That Booker kid. Have they done anything with that Booker kid yet? That DT. That Booker kid, I think is going to get a lot of interest from teams. I think that Booker kid actually had a good offseason. He's been making plays. He's had a good camp. Tyler says they keep stashing Albert O. I don't know why, honestly. I don't know why either. You traded for him last year. Then Dallas Goedert gets hurt. You did nothing with him. Never found out who your tight end 2 was last year. Because Albert O is a good trade. Because the Eagles were high on the waiver wire. They weren't going to get him, obviously, through the waivers. So they ended up trading for him. Gave away a 6th, 7th round pick. I forgot what it was, that trade was. And they didn't use him. And then, that was it. He gets hurt in the offseason, and now he needs surgery, and now you're down. And he's a guy that's just on the IR right now. We'll see how it goes, though. We'll see how it goes. JJ says, get Bond out of here. I don't know what Bond's. I don't know how. I don't even know if Bond's good or not at this point. I honestly don't, to be honest with you. Eric said, I think the Cowboys are going to get desperate and grab Bradberry from us. Aaron says, Joey, where is everyone talking about Hurts not being good against the blitz? That's just a fucking stupid report somebody came out with. The Eagles have been blitzing, especially during training camp practice. They've been blitzing Jalen Hurts a lot, and the offense has been doing a really good job against it. So I think that's a bunch of bullshit. That's just me. Yeah, Booker. I want Booker as DT5. Booker might actually get claimed. I don't know what happened to him yet. Alexia Games just stashed him on the IR. Wonder when and if he'll even play. Probably not. I mean, he's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, crash test Covey. Oh yeah, he's making the team. I feel good about it. I think he's had a solid camp. I don't think they're looking at him as a pure wide receiver 3, though. I think he could be one. I think Britton Covey, I think he'll be the punt returner. I don't think anybody's won that job over him. That's just me. I haven't seen anybody else really make a big jump at punt returner. I haven't seen anybody make a jump, period, at kick returner at all as of right now. Okay, so that I think is huge. Kick returner is huge right now. But Covey, I think, could be a 3rd down wide receiver. Could be used for pre-snap motion. Could do some things with him in open space. I think he's got a lot of value to the offense. I think he's been working really hard. I'm not sure if this is the last year on Britton Covey's contract. I'm not really sure on that, but we'll see. Yeah, Ernest Jones was available for trade. They only gave up the Rams gave up a 6th round pick. The problem is he needs to get paid after this year, and the Eagles need to see what they have in Zach Bond and Devin White after this year. I mean, Trotter Jr. and Nakobe Dean are here for they're here on multiple years. They have more than this year, obviously, and those are your 2 guys on 1-year deals. To add him to the group, you'd have to cut one of those guys. And the Eagles are not cutting Trotter Jr. They're not cutting Nakobe Dean, especially at this point. I wouldn't cut Nakobe Dean because he's finally starting and hopefully going to ascend a little bit more. So we'll see how that goes. David says, yo, what time is it on the East Coast? It is 3:59 p.m. So it is technically 1 minute till 4 o'clock. With this list hopefully coming out as of right now. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to see if the list is out right now. So Patrick Johnson has made it. That is the news. James Bradberry won't likely contribute to special teams and is our fourth best safety and fifth best cornerback. What the fuck? That makes no fucking sense, dude. It makes no friggin' sense. So the news on Paris Campbell. Source confirms Eagles receiver Paris Campbell is being cut, but there's a possibility he could be brought back. Okay. That is stupid, bro. I don't fucking get it. Bradberry is the fourth best safety and the fifth best fucking corner, and they're keeping him. I don't. If it's only money, I mean, I don't know if like it even says they tried to trade him, so I don't think money's been the issue. I think other teams' views of Bradberry as a safety, he's got no work at corner, so I think that's hurt Bradberry, and I don't know. I'm trying to make it make sense right now. Mac Fripp with the super chat. Thank you so much. He says, "Howie, get Yannick." I agree. I think they need another body on the edge. I think, and he's still sitting there. He might give you 4 to 6 sacks, maybe 7. I don't know. I mean, I just want pressure, man. That's all I want. I want pressure and guys to be disruptive. I don't even care about the sack numbers. You know. Appreciate the super, by the way. Batman Pikachu with the super chat. Thank you so much. He says, "I agree screwing up the last play of the Super Bowl would mess someone up." I think it did. I think it totally messed with his psyche. I don't think he's been the same ever since that day. And yes, we've had bad coaching last year. I get that 100%. But to be honest with you, I think there's more to it than what it is. That's where I'm at with the situation right now. That's where I'm at. Appreciate the super, by the way. Sunseed says Slade probably wants Bradberry here. Maybe. I think Gabe Hall's injured right now. That's a guy I was really excited for. I don't know what they did with him at all yet. I don't even know what they did with Gabe Hall, to be honest with you. Henry says tough tits. What Slay wants, he's gone next year too. Well, Slay's definitely either going to retire or get traded, one or the other. You know, Keely Ringo's going to take that number 2 spot. Isaiah Rodgers is going to be a big question. So what if Isaiah Rodgers plays really good this year? What do they do? And I really hope they don't keep Quinyon at nickel because they're going to turn the Quinyon Mitchell into a Landon Dickerson situation. Say, you know what? If he's already at nickel, screw it. Let's keep him there because nickel cornerbacks are not easy to find. They're just not. Okay. And you know, I really would like, and unfortunately, there were some guys that got hurt at that nickel spot. McPherson couldn't make any noise. That guy from the Raiders, Tyler Hall, he ended up getting hurt. They released him on IR. You know what I mean? So nickel is with Maddox behind. It's a slim depth situation as well at that. Tracy says, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Blankenship, McCollum, Brown coming back. Then I guess Maddox. I think we are fine at safety, especially if DeJean moves over to safety. I think he could move to safety or Mitchell plays nickel. Okay. So, yeah, I totally was brain farting just now because you brought up a good point. Cooper DeJean. Really, it depends on Cooper DeJean. I had somebody in the chat yesterday say, oh, well, they haven't put him at safety yet. But, dude, the guy just came back. The guy literally just came back totally full into a preseason game this past Saturday. Really, I think Cooper DeJean is the saving grace to where they actually put him. He's not playing nickel. He's not playing outside corner. And potentially, he might not start the first week because he's slowly coming back. Okay? But I feel for myself right now that they put him at when I watched Reed play as the game went on, I said, yeah, he's a safety, no doubt. He's open field tackling's A+. He reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins in so many fucking ways. I I think that will be the spot. They haven't put him there yet, but we'll see. So let's see what do we have an update on what's going on yet with this roster? Let's see here. Eli Ricks has made the team per league source. Beautiful. They were able to keep, so they're able to keep 6. They were able to keep 6 dudes. So that's great. So the 53-man roster is officially set. It is official now. I'm trying to look for it. Fucking Bradberry. I'm going to hit my wall. Did Booker make the team? I don't see the actual thing yet. I don't see it yet. Oh, there you go. Oh, AFC East trade. Bills traded Jets DB and returner Brandon. We need to trade. We need to trade for a kick returner as well. Brandon Codrington. I don't even know how to say his name. We need a kick returner badly. I don't see somebody. If you follow me on Twitter and send me the list, because I don't have it. I don't see it. Booker made it. That's great. Oh, it's on Instagram? Oh, fuck. I don't have an Instagram. Somebody DM me the list. It'll pop up on Twitter. Josh Proud, it's not money. If we ate Wentz dead hit, we could eat JB's. Well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't just the Wentz contract we had to eat up. It was Malik Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey. Those 2 contracts killed us as well. I'm trying to see it here. I don't see it. I'm on Instagram right now. I don't fucking see it. Where the hell is it? Let's see here. They made a video on Twitter. I'm trying to find it. All right, let's see here. I see the video. They said Rossini says Bradingleberries on 53 60 minutes ago. Wait, Gabe Hall got waived. Okay. I'm trying to fucking find it here. All right, is this it right here? All right, here it is. I got it. All right, here we go. All right, so here's the 53-man roster. Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Kenny Pickett. Tanner McKee is listed as number 2, so hopefully we'll see what happens there. Running back, Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Gainwell, Will Shipley. So they only keep 3 running backs. Wide receiver, A.J. Brown, Britton Covey, Jahan Dotson, Devontae Smith, Johnny Wilson. And there's rumors about Paris Campbell coming back. Tight end, Grant Calcaterra, Dallas Goedert. I better see E.J. Jenkins on that fucking practice squad tomorrow. That's all I got to say. Offensive line, Mekhi Becton, Land Dickerson, Fred Johnson, Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens, Trevor Keegan, Darian Kennard. Kennard's great. I thought he had a good offseason. Jordan Mailata, Tyler Steen. Tyler Steen is on the shelf right now with the ankle injury. IR, looks like. Defensive line that keeps 6. Thomas Booker, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Jomo, Marlon Tupelutu, and Milton Williams. Edge rusher, Brandon Graham, Bryce Huff, Jalix Hunt, Patrick Johnson, Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat. Okay, Patrick Johnson as an edge guy made the team. Linebackers, Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Ben Van Simmeren, and Devin White, as I expected. Defensive backs, 11. Okay, Reed Blankenship, James Bradberry, Cooper DeJean, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Avonte Maddox, Trishan McCollum, Quinyon Mitchell, Eli Ricks, Keely Ringo, Isaiah Rodgers, Darius Slay. All right. Specialist, Jake Elliott, Rick Lovato, Braden Mann. Okay, that's your 53 as of right now. As of right now. So defensive backs, they keep 11. So really, Reed Blankenship safety, Chauncey safety, Bradberry safety, Trishan McCollum, that's 4. Cooper DeJean is listed under Reed and James and before CJ. So can Cooper be listed as a actual safety right now? I don't know. I'm just looking at it how I'm looking at it right now on their website. Cooper DeJean is on the list for the defensive backs between James Bradberry and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So could Cooper DeJean actually be listed as a safety right here? Not sure. But I'm really happy they kept Eli Ricks. Okay? Really happy. Really happy. Quinyon Mitchell, Eli Ricks, Keely Ringo, Isaiah Rodgers, Darius Slay. Avonte Maddox. I don't know what they're listing Avonte Maddox as, but I'm hoping it's got to be nickel because there's nobody at that position behind Quinyon right now. There's nobody there. So I think it goes by jersey number. Well, I mean, I don't know. It says alphabet. Oh, it's out. All right. So you're probably right. It says by alphabetical order. So this probably means nothing, but that's pretty much what it is right now. That's what you have. I'm okay with it. I just need to see if they're going to add another receiver. Bradberry, I just feel like we're waiting another week to see if he actually gets cut, traded, something like that. Somebody said fuck, I just read what somebody said. I forgot. Somebody said only one center. Yeah. So they only have one center. So you're expecting, I don't know, is Nick Gates or Brett Toth? Somebody's got to come back. Brett Toth, Nick Gates, one of those two is coming back. There's no backup center right now. Obviously, Dylan McMahon could play center, but he hasn't played enough of it this offseason program. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything crazy about it besides being pissed off that Bradberry's still here. I like Eli Ricks and McCollum are back. Booker apparently made it when it comes to practice squad, hopefully. Wait. Oh, no, never mind. No, Booker's on here. Thomas Booker is there, so that's great. Booker, I think, had a really strong camp. So they kept six defensive tackles, which is great. Thought they would only keep 5. They kept 6. So they add Patrick Johnson to the as an edge rusher that makes it. So they might not even make a move on the edge right now. Yes, Ben Van Simmeren made it. Zach Ball, Nakobe Dean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Ben Van Simmeren, Devin White. So those are the 5 that we knew was gonna be here, regardless. So I think it's okay. I mean, I think it's fine. But center, no depth. Safety depth is questionable. Tight ends only keeping 2 fucking guys. Bro. No fucking way. Calcaterra and Goddard. There's no way. There's no way. EJ Jenkins has to make. If Jenkins gets picked up through waivers, this is really gonna suck. So obviously throughout tonight, we're probably gonna hear shit going on tonight, most likely. And then tomorrow we'll get the practice squad list and see what happens. But I think so far it looks pretty damn good, honestly. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about the list? Try says straight up raw waste of a roster spot. I feel that. I feel that. So in that safety group, he's probably the 4th best fucking safety. And like the fifth best fucking corner. Maybe even 6th at this point. And he's literally still here. Maddox is your starter at slot? Well, he's not starting, dude. Why would Maddox be starting? There's no way he's starting. That's impossible. Quinyon Mitchell's starting in that. McMahon waived. Nick says, Shakes, my man, the best Eagles content creator going today. What's good? What's going on, Nick? Appreciate the compliment. I don't think I am, but I'm just here to have fun and talk about the Eagles. That's it. That is it. Some of them corners getting traded. Why? Who? What do you mean some of them corners? What corners are getting traded? Who would be traded right now? You can't trade any fucking corners, bro. You got to think about next year with Slay being retired or Slay retiring or he's going. I mean, you're not trading no fucking corners. I'm not trading not one corner from this team. Simple as that. Reed says Chargers released tight end Donald Parham. I know that the Kansas City released two. Irv Smith got released by the Chiefs. Another tight end got released. Yeah, Van Sumeren is here. He's locked in. We're good. Landon's the backup. He hasn't played there at all. The only problem is Landon hasn't played there at all. Like just because he's played it in the past, it doesn't. The Eagles don't want him touching that spot. I don't care backup or not. And most of the time he should be healthy, so you still need another backup. That doesn't matter. Because you're just going to make another weakness at left guard. McMahon, Gates, and Toth all gone. Some has to come in. Well, dude, are they released or some of them have been off waivers or released, so they could possibly come back to practice squad. So it's not impossible. Just because they're gone, it doesn't mean that one of them has to come back. One of them has to be on the practice squad. There's no way they're not going to pick up. They're going to pick up one of those guys back. I think it's going to be Gates or Toth they're going to pick up for that backup center role. Baldwin will go outside since they released Burks. Yeah. Tracy, can Bradberry gain some weight and move the tight end? I don't know. It says you couldn't possibly justify keeping Dean Smith and cutting Van Sumeren. Of course, Van Sumeren made it. David Wooder says his name is Van Sumeren. He is going to be badass. Chris says, I also think it sucks that they didn't keep Hall because Hall got hurt. He had an injury settlement. They had to get rid of him. He got hurt. Yeah, they could have stashed him, but if he really wasn't showing anything, they weren't going to waste any time. Yeah, Julian Aquara, good player. I feel like he really did flash, but we'll see what happens. Brandon said, I know Kelsey ain't coming back. Maybe we can con Cox into returning. We don't need defensive tackle. I think defensive tackle is a strong suit on the defensive line. I think defensive tackle is actually very good right now. Edge is where I'm really fucking starting to sweat. That's where I'm sweating right now. Edge is definitely there. No doubt. It's there. Evan Ross says, you can't call guys up from practice squad per game. We'll call up Gates or McMahon every game. Yeah, well, not everybody, but certain guys. Sure. Keegan can play center. They need to start cross-training him in practice. Well, that's the thing. Like, you're going to start cross-training him this late. Like I'm saying, who's been consistent playing center? It's been Toth or it's been Nick Gates. Like, Keegan hasn't played center that much in this offseason. That's what I'm saying. I don't care what they did in college. I care about what they did in the offseason program. If I see Keegan only playing it in college and we could say, oh, he's played it before, it's going to be a different story. Who has played center this past offseason program more consistently the most? It's been Brett Toth and it's been Nick Gates, both of those guys. That's why I pick one of those two to be there. Sally B says, Bradberry's just a bad corner, pretending to be even worse safety. I can't anymore trading for him. I can't see anyone trading for him. If other teams, from Jeff McClain, what he said, other teams don't even look at him as a safety, and there are teams out there that don't even think think that he's already lost a step at cornerback. It's a joke, man. Yes, Thomas Booker made it, man. I'm shocked they actually kept him, to be honest. I know he flashed and did really good this offseason, but I didn't think they would keep 6 DTs, to be honest. I didn't think they would actually keep 6. I thought 5 was going to be in the books there. But, hey. Tries is very surprised McMahon didn't make 53 a draft pick, not make it, not usual for Howie. Yeah, I mean, he was a guy that's played inside, outside. He's played left guard, right guard, center. But he's mainly been the 2. I think he's mostly this camp. He's been the 2 guard spots, really. It's unfortunate. Lucy says Trevor would start left guard if Land has to play center. Yeah, possibly. Bradberry's still on the roster, but there is rumors that it's not over. There's rumors that in another week things could change. He might make the initial 53 right now, but things could change down the road. Pat says if Goddard gets hurt, it's over because we know Calcaterra is going to be hurt at some point. Well, dude, Goddard's hurt right now. What are you talking about? He's hurt right now with the oblique injury. Is Calcaterra back yet? Albert O's getting surgery. And EJ Jenkins got waived. They literally waived EJ Jenkins, hoping to God he would come back to the Eagles practice squad. That's what they're really preying on. And if they don't, they're fucking screwed right now. They're screwed right now. Keeping 2 tight ends. I understand, you need depth at other positions. I get it 100%. Maybe they didn't keep EJ Jenkins, or maybe they waived him because Dallas Goedert will make it for the first game. That oblique injury could last a few days to 3 weeks. So he could be out a significant amount of time. I just don't want to wait to see if, what if we lose Goddard for the first game? That's really going to suck, dude. That's a big weapon that we lose there. I mean, trust me. Thank God they traded for Jahan Dotson. Thank God he's on the team right now. At least they got another receiver. So there is rumors Paris Campbell might return as the number 6 guy. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If we on practice squad, we'll see what happens. Campbell seems to be the guy coming back as of right now. We'll see what goes on with that whole entire situation. We got 656 in the chat. I appreciate everybody for joining the stream today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every day, 5 streams a week, live play-by-play reactions of all the Eagles games this year. So we're going to be doing a lot. Make sure to check the description. Make sure to grab a membership. Support the channel. Check out my Discord. I do video calls and subscriber get-togethers every week, once a week. So definitely subscribe. Definitely follow my Discord. We have close to 300 members, I think, in the Discord right now. So definitely check it out, guys. Check it out. Appreciate everybody. Reggie says Milton Williams can play edge if needed. Oh, that's definitely the truth. Yeah, he can play inside. He can play probably all three techniques, to be honest with you. All four techniques, really. He could probably play on either side. It doesn't matter. He's that good. Milton Williams is going to have a really good year this year. It's going to be great. Aaron Jones said, I'm not worried about defense. They just need to play good enough. Was our defense really good when we won the Super Bowl? No, it was all offense. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, they almost broke the NFL record in sacks. I mean, they had 70 sacks. You don't get that. You know what I mean? Yeah, potentially there was some plays, the off-ball coverage, but your defensive line got after it. You almost had a generational defense that year. If they weren't trust me, the first quarter of the season, they had Hassan Reddick in 25% of the snaps in coverage. Okay. Just imagine you had three guys with double-digit sacks. You think it was all offense? Sure, it helps tremendously, but that defense did damage. That defense obviously fell apart in the Super Bowl. They just didn't show up, and Jonathan Gann was really working on being a head coach somewhere else more than getting this team prepared for the Super Bowl and being beat on the same play twice in red zone. Special teams horrible, punting that ball. Aaron Sipos punting that ball middle of the field, getting an easy, punt return. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was all offense. The offense was exquisitely great, but that defense was almost generational that year. It was a lot better than we thought it was going to be, Let's see here. Alan says you can only call up a number of times for you have to sign him to the 53. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how many times it is, like 5, 4, 5. I don't know how many times it is. They did that with Covey. Didn't they do that with Covey last year? They brought him up like a certain amount of times. I forgot if it was 4 or 5 times. I forgot how many times it is. So you could bring up a guy from the practice squad a certain amount of times. And then that's really it. Then once you bring them up that last time, they have to be on the 53, and then you have to release somebody else. So I think we'll be fine. But we'll see. Yeah, Tyler Hall didn't do much of anything. Mukadeen says Davis Price, man, huge disappointment. Well, what happened? Did he get waived? Did he get released or he get waived? I mean, Price wasn't a disappointment at all. He actually had that one fumble Saturday. Other than that, he was still the best running back from last game and probably throughout all the preseason games, to be honest with you. I thought Davis Price has played pretty well. Besides the fumble, I thought he played well. But they're only keeping 3 running backs. That's what it looks like. Nate says Howie has had since the Bills game to offload Bradberry fail. I don't think they want the problem since last year. Well, last year they couldn't get rid of him last year. That was not happening. They weren't going to get rid of him last year. They had an opportunity. Apparently they tried trading for him. But if the case is right now that they couldn't trade him because people don't think he's an outside corner, has lost a step at outside corner, and he's not a good safety right now, then there's no interest. He's got no fucking value at all. There's no value there. That's where I'm at right now. No value, period. So let's go over the list again for you guys. For anybody that's new coming in the chat, let's read over the list one more time. Okay? So I'm going to read through it quick. So quarterback. This is alphabetical order, obviously. Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Kenny Pickett. Running back, 3 running backs. Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Gainwell, Will Shipley. They keep 5 receivers. A.J. Brown, Britton Covey, Jahan Dotson, Devontae Smith, Johnny Wilson. They keep 2 tight ends in Grant Calcaterra and Dallas Goedert. They keep 9 offensive linemen. Mekhi Becton, Landon Dickerson, Fred Johnson, Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens, Trevor Keegan, Darian Kennard. Darian Kennard's a nice one, too, because I thought he had a really strong camp, Darian Kennard. Especially playing guard. I think he's great. Can play right guard and right tackle. So guy can play multiple spots. Most of these guys can play multiple spots. I mean, in Jeff Stoughlin's offensive line room, if you're a backup, you got to play more than one position. That is the rule. So you have a guy who can play right guard, right tackle, if that's the case. Jordan Mailata, Tyler Steen. Tyler Steen, here's what I don't get right now. Tyler Steen, I thought, got shelved, so why is he on the 53 right now? Now, this year's a different rule because if you were going to put a player on IR, he would have to make the 53 first, and then when the season starts, you put him on IR. That was the past rule. Now you can actually take players, put them on the IR without them making the 53, and wait until 5 or 6 weeks down the road, whatever, 8 weeks down the road, whatever it is. Defensive line, Thomas Booker, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Ojomo, Marlon Tupelutu, and Milton Williams. That's a really good group right there. I like it. Edge rusher, Brandon Graham, Bryce Huff, Jalix Hunt, Patrick Johnson, Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat. I very much question this edge position because how much does Brandon Graham have left in the tank? Bryce Huff is getting paid $17 million a year. I think he's had actually a really good camp. Jalix Hunt, I think, has had an extraordinary camp, really good perimeter player. He's dealing with the oblique injury as well as Dallas Goedert. So not having Jalix Hunt around definitely hurting. Hopefully makes the first game. Patrick Johnson has really made a nice push. Has played in the past, has played outside linebacker for the Eagles and as an edge rusher. You know, it seems hopefully Patrick Johnson could be a really good rotational guy. We'll see how that goes. Nolan Smith, we know how it's going on with him right now. And Josh Sweat has been unheard of this whole offseason program. The only thing I've heard from Josh Sweat is literally beating Fred Johnson 3 times at left tackle, okay? Beating a backup left tackle 3 times and getting sacks on Hurts. And not even that, but changing his number. I've heard nothing on Josh Sweat this entire. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're getting there. Not sure at all. Chris Scott, member for 34 months. Thank you so much, man. He says Howie Roseman press conference on. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, Howie's going to bullshit. He's not going to give us the truth. He's going to bullshit a lot of things, so I won't be really surprised over it. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I'll watch it after the stream. And then we'll have a video on everything going on tomorrow. Everything. We'll have the practice squad done by tomorrow. Obviously, we'll definitely hear news by tonight, into tomorrow on guys making the practice squad. You're hoping E.J. Jenkins comes back. You're hoping that Kendall Milton, Davis Price comes back. And obviously seeing what's going on at receiver with Paris Campbell potentially coming back to make him, so we'll see how that goes going forward. Eagles GM Howie Roseman praises James Bradberry's skill set, football IQ for keeping him. Like, fuck. Come on with that shit. Come on with that shit. Give me a break. Come on now. I hate fucking talk like that. That's what he's going to do. Oh, he's done a really good. He's strived. He's done this. He's done that. Fucking Christ, dude. It's insane, bro. It's insane. Trash said, I think we were waiting to get some. Appreciate it so much, Chris. Trash says, I think we were waiting to get some waiver claims. Wednesday will be better. Final prediction. Well, yeah, because, you're going to get your practice squad guys tomorrow. So. Yeah, even Matt says, dude, I forgot Sweat was on the team. I know, bro, because he's done. I haven't heard anything from him this offseason. Really nothing at all. Simple as that. Chris says Jenkins too, and I'm sorry, Nagata is a tight end. I think he should be a tight end, honestly. As a receiver, he gets no separation. That's really the big thing with Nagata. Like, his 50-50 ball contested catching is on and off, and when he's on, he's on. And it's not consistent, but his separation just isn't there. You know? Only confused that Jenkins, he would definitely need another tight end. No, two guys have been hurt already. Goddard and Calcaterra hurt already. You need AJ Jenkins to make this fucking practice squad. The final 53 won't be final. They will make adjustments before the season starts. I think changes will be made. But really, some changes have to get made. Laugh my ass off. Yes, Albert O on IR, 2 years is crazy. Matt says Quez was released. Yes. Andrew Will says Nick and Howie press conference is on. Yes. I am reading on what's going on with that as of right now. Says Andrew says hard work pays dividends for Eagles safety Tristan McCollum, who makes 53-man roster for the first time in his career. Reward for a strong summer. He deserves it. Howie and Nick after Eagles cuts Howie. We'll see what happens here in the next 24 hours. I'm telling you, bro, there's more going on. You know this ain't fucking final, bro. The shit is not final. It's not final. There's more going on, bro. There's more going on. Howie on the roster says we're incomplete. We're incomplete right now. Said he sees the roster as 70-man, bringing back guys for practice squad. Well, no shit. Obviously, it's not done yet. Not done yet. Oh, guys, this is tough, man. He talked about Jahan Dotson. I'm really proud of those other guys like Ben Van Simmeren, Thomas Booker. I mean, Trisha McCollum, dude. I'm really happy that there's some young guys really made a push and made some noise, man. Those are the guys I'm really happy for. Thomas Booker, especially, because I thought they were never gonna. I thought he would never make the team just because I just didn't think they were gonna keep a sixth defensive tackle in the building. So I still think we need a return. Besides the offense and the defense, I still feel like the Eagles need a fucking returner. I think it's not. I mean, they need a returner. There's no way I'm watching Kenneth Gainwell on kick returns this year. Okay? No fucking way, dude. No way. Philly Fossil, what's going on, dude? He says, can't see us only having 2 tight ends either when that's our most injury-prone position in the last few years, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, Dallas Goedert's on contract technically for like another, 2 seasons till he's 28 right now. By the time he turns 30, when he gets through age 30, he'll be through the last year of his deal. Okay? And there's nothing behind it right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, time flies by so quick. I feel like we just got Dallas Goedert last year. Like he's already going to be hitting his 30s in a couple years. You know what I mean? And you're going to have to make some type of, I don't know. I mean, there are some tight ends EJ, if it's just for this year, I guess we're okay. I mean, I don't feel comfortable with it. I'm hoping if EJ Jenkins gets picked up by another team, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Beyond. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I will be pissed with a capital P. Trot Terry says, I'll be really pissed if I see the 24 with JB on the back. Yeah, McMahon, I didn't see much from him, unfortunately. Alexander Ford says, hey, Joey. What I missed very was about the view your report posted early. We need edge. Yeah, I know, dude. Trust me. The edge is definitely something crazy. Justin Ross got released from the Kansas City. Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs had a lot of speed. They got Justin Ross. He's got speed. Kadarius Toney. He's gone. I'm wondering what the Eagles do between today and tomorrow. That's really what I'm looking at here. Yeah, but Shipley can return, like, but the problem I'm having right now is that I didn't see enough from him that makes him promising as a kicker. I don't know. I think they should give him a shot, but I feel like there are guys out there they could get, so I'm not really sure. You know? Yeah, Kadarius Toney was released as well. Using Johnny Wilson at tight end is a possibility. I mean, once training camp started, they asked him about moving to tight end. He said that's not happening. So, I mean, things could change going forward. We'll find out. ANAIS Smith's on IR. He's got a hammy. He had an MRI. He's got an ankle and a hamstring. So that's a whole different fucking story with him. Guy just can't. Guy can't get. I don't know. That guy can't. He's already been hurt twice. Too many guys. He's been hurt twice. Ivy Green says how we should see what the Raiders want for Michael Mayer since they just signed Brock Bowers. Possibility. Joe said Cowboys about to pick up Jenkins. Well, until I see it, I don't believe it. They just traded for they just traded away one of their depth tight ends as of right now. Shipley and Rogers at kick return. Yeah, possibility. I think that's maybe it could be a possibility. Rodgers needs to be careful at that, but you don't want to put a fucking starter at that position. That's the only issue I really have. Because Rodgers starts for us at outside corner. He takes a massive hit on kick return, which he probably, because of the new rules, I don't know. He's got to be careful, though. You don't want him taking a big hit. Try says Covey is punt returner, not kick returner. Yeah, well, I mean, look, I don't know if they've tried him at both. I don't know what they've done. I don't know I know he's been mostly a punt returner, but I don't know what they've done with it. Have they done more with him? I have no idea. Geez, you got here late, Joe. Can you tell me which notable players got cut? So players that got cut. I'll go through the whole list. I have the list right here. So if everybody wants to know who got cut from this team. I just had it. It's gone. Where is it? All right. So the players that got released were Oren Burks, Paris Campbell, Nick Gates, Will Greer, Matt Hennessy, Parry Enkerson, Julian Aquara, John Ross, Max Sharping, Brett Toth. These following players were waived. Tight end Gadieb Ayadazi. I can't say that guy's name. Adam Dankwa, running back Davis Price, Kevin Falsh, Gabe Hall, Jacob Harris, Griffin Harebear, Teron Jackson, EJ Jenkins, Josh Jobe, Terrell Lewis, Dylan McMahon, Zach McPherson, Kendall Milton, PJ Mustafer, Joseph Nagata, Lou Nichols, Jason Poe, Armani Rogers, Andre Sam, Brandon Smith, Sean Steffens, Caden Stearns he's hurt right now. Lakin Vakalahi, that's the international guy that we signed to be a left tackle. I don't know if he plays guard or tackle. I keep fucking forgetting. And wide receiver Austin Watkins. Obviously, your PUP list is Sidney Brown. Your IR is ANAIS Smith and Albert O. Tyler Steen, I don't know why Tyler Steen's still on the... Why is Tyler Steen still on the fucking 53 right now? I thought Tyler Steen was getting shelved. So, I don't know what's going on there. Not really sure. We got 351 in the chat as of right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the like button. It helps out the channel out tremendously. Cover the Philadelphia Eagles every single day. We do 5 streams a week. We'll be streaming every single Eagles game, and we'll have a lot of content all week, especially today, tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of stuff out. We'll have our usual videos at 3 a.m. For all day. We'll have the practice squad tomorrow. We'll go over practice squad. Might do another stream tomorrow and go over the practice squad for tomorrow. So during the day. So let's definitely do that as well. So. Chris says Gabe Hall was defensive tackle. That was really good. Yeah, he was supposed to be the backup nose, really. Philly Fox says, I really hope Milton will make the team. Can't risk Saquon on the downs. We could use a bruiser back. Oh, Milton, I don't know why people are so down on Milton. Milton was always going to make the team. Milton has had a fantastic offseason. I would love a bruiser back. I think Kendall Milton and Davis Price are two guys that could really north and south runners. I think you have two of them right there that are great. I don't know if they're going to dress 4 guys for a game. I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's what the rumor was with Tyler Steen that he was supposed to be shelved with this ankle injury shit going on with him. But apparently not. Apparently he's going to be here. I guess that's they waived EJ Jenkins. So I think they waived him on purpose. I don't think they're trying to get rid of him. Like, I think they obviously waived him. They want him back on the practice squad. So they kept an extra defensive tackle. You know what I mean? They kept an extra defensive tackle. I didn't think Eli Ricks was making the fucking roster at all because he literally just made the cut. I didn't think it was going to happen. But he's here though. Rio says Greer's better than Pickett. Yeah, probably. Chris says said they cut John Ross, and so what happens to Nia Smith as well? Well, yeah, Nia Smith is going to be on IR. John Ross is released, and it looks like the rumor right now is Paris Campbell will be back with the team. That's the rumor right now. So we'll see what happens. This final 53 isn't so final. Bradberry, sorry. He's not even the fucking 4th best safety on this team right now. He's not. Maybe. They tried to trade Bradberry. From Jeff McClain, news came out. They tried to trade him. Teams don't think Bradberry has a step at corner anymore. They think he's lost a step. And his transition to safety has been shit. Why is Vic Fangio defending this? That's really the big question. You know what I mean? It's crazy, dude. I don't know when they fly to Brazil. Like, do they leave a couple days before? I have no idea. I couldn't ask me on that. Philly 416, 10 more days, baby. Philly 5 said, no, I like Milton. I was hoping we didn't risk him to nah. I mean, he's your 3rd defensive tackle. Realistically, he's a backup. He's your 3rd in the rotation. He's your 3rd best guy. He's your second. He's in your 2nd in rotation. So, yeah, there's no way. What was going to happen. Yeah, I saw it, GG. I'll read it in a sec. Viz says, you got to say Kendall Milton. He thought you meant Milton Williams. Oh, Kendall Milton. Oh, okay. I thought you meant Milton Williams. No, I mean, it was unfortunate. I mean, look, I honestly think as of right now, Price has been the better back. Kendall Milton is probably right behind him, to be honest. I think both of them could be on the practice squad. We'll see how it goes. You only have, 15, 16 spots to give up there? So sorry about that, Fossa. I thought you meant Milton. I don't know. Sometimes these names, there's too many names to look over. Philly 416, I love the thumper running backs. No one wanted to get in front of them from November on, especially in the cold. Yeah. Chris says, yeah, I know it's crazy what they did with Bradberry. Chris says, DeJean can return punts, right? He did in Iowa, I thought, but could see how he handles it in the big. I don't even know if they put him there at this point. Especially, since he's coming off this injury now, is it really the smartest thing to put him at punt return now? I don't know. I think Britton Covey is going to win that job for punt return. Kick return, somebody said in the chat, it could be Isaiah Rodgers and Shipley. Shipley hasn't done any kick returns, as I know as of right now. I don't know. They could have tried multitude of guys at kick returner. I don't know what it's going to look like. Isaiah Rodgers is a full-blown kick returner. So, and he's been successful with it in the past. So, Prez Garrett says, I'm pissed about Bradberry. I agree. I don't think it's over yet. Even Howie Roseman did say today that he is that they're not close to done with the roster moves. Obviously, you're going to have practice squad tomorrow, but I think in another week we'll see some things. So I think everybody's pissed about Bradberry at this point. Rooster Trashberry is a waste of roster spot. Yeah, Kendall Milton, the running back. Yeah, I fucked up. Fucked up. Yeah, you're good. You're good. That's because of Milton and Kendall Milton Williams, so I get all fucking weird in my head because I'm thinking about a million things. So BA says Giants cut Jack Stahl. So yeah, Jack Stahl is available right now. The problem I have at this moment is there's no fucking, depending if EJ Jenkins comes back, do they still sign Jack Stahl and make room for him for the 53? Do they still make room for him? I don't know. That's really a big question going forward. Not really sure at all. Vincent says, the only thing I can think of is Bradberry actually knows Fangio's scheme better than most. The other DBs just doesn't have the actual athleticism to use it on the field. Do you honestly think Bradberry has the most athleticism for the position? I don't think so, Vince. I honestly don't. I think it's fool's gold, talking good about Bradberry for no reason to build his value up. And guess what? Teams aren't getting tricked by it. I got the tweet right here from him, from Jeff McLean. Okay? Let's go over this. I think we should go over this. McLean said, no, not that one. Not that one. Fuck is it? I just had it. I just lost it. Where the fuck is it? I just had it. Hold on. Here's the tweet that came out of Bradberry. Potentially. Here it is. Let me save it so I don't forget it. I'm going to need that anyway. It says, hearing that James Bradberry is likely to survive today's cuts, Eagles spoke to some teams about a possible trade, including the Titans, who have former Eagles DBs coach and Bradberry fan Denard Wilson. But Bradberry's transition to safety has been slow, and he's not viewed as an outside corner by most anymore. So there's teams out there that don't even think he could be signed as an outside corner, which makes it even fucking worse. Still, something could shake loose in the next week that would affect Bradberry standing on the 53-man roster. Eagles are on the hook for his 2024 salary. What's his salary? Let's find that out. Fuck it. We're going to go through the whole thing right now. Why not? Bradberry signed a 3-year, $38 million deal with $20 million guaranteed. The Eagles corner gets approximately $1.2 a year base salary, totaling about $3.5 million over the 3 years. And once again, 4 void years were added, so that contract is a 3-year deal paid out over 7 years. The 4 void years are 26 to 29, but the bonuses start in 25. All right, but I don't want to know that. Spot track. Come on, load up, bitch. I don't have all day for this. So Bradberry's cap hit is $4.3 million. Okay? This year. His cash, he's making $8.8 million. So Let's see here. Yeah, the problem with this is that he would be a $15.1 million cap hit. That's why. That's why. If you cut his ass, from what it looks like on Spot Track, if you cut him, the Eagles are in for $15 million in dead cap. That's why. That is, from what it looks like, that's what it is right now. So that's why it's a shitty situation right now. G said most teams think Bradberry is done at cornerback. Which teams still think he could play at corner? I don't know. Well, apparently nobody, because they didn't get a trade done. I don't know if the Eagles are really worrying about the cash that much, because if they were trying to trade him, I don't think they give a fuck about the dead cap, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a loophole with this whole thing. There's got to be a loophole, right? That's what I'm kind of thinking right now. Gatekeeper Collie says, you'll need to get off the of Bradberry's back. He is staying until the team chooses to do otherwise. Well, number one, I'm not getting off anybody's back that's not playing fucking well. That's number one. Number two, his salary is way too much. As the fourth or fifth best safety to literally the fifth best corner on this team, is he better than Eli Ricks? I guess. Maybe. I mean, come on now. How can I ignore this? You guys have been crying about Bradberry for months. Exactly. Thank you. That you proved my point. Exactly. Out the door he shall go. So what happens if you don't live up to your contract? I mean, look, the Eagles' defense was bad last year. I mean, I guess the crumble happened. The crumble definitely happened. So I get it, but I think Bradberry mentally hasn't been well since that penalty he got in that Super Bowl. I don't think he's been mentally right. That's just me, though. I'm not saying Bradberry's better than Ricks. I mean, can we say he is? I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, like, Brian Pumper, the super chat. Thank you so much, man. So from the look, fellas, we're about to play a crap ton of dime linebacker with all these DBs. Vic gonna make this defense versatile. No, I agree with that. Adding another DB is fine. Multiple fronts. I agree. Like, because it's already enough at this point. I don't think they're going to get enough pressure. I don't care if Patrick Johnson is added to the edge position and made the team as it is. I don't think they're getting enough pressure on the edge. I don't think it's enough. You're not getting enough. So I'm sorry, but you have a lot of perimeter type guys, and that's great because that's Vic Fangio's scheme. That's what he likes. Jalix Hunt, I've been very happy with him. Bryce Huff, I think he'll be a really good balance. I think he'll be a fantastic player. But Nolan Smith, sorry, but I'm not seeing it right now, but hopefully he wakes up during the season and just starts to really wreak havoc. That's what I'm hoping. This says Ricks is clearly better. Well, yeah, he's clearly better because, Bradberry moving to safety was good for the corner room to get younger and keep younger players. So that's good. What's bad about it now is that it's affecting safety. Now, is this affecting Cooper DeJean going forward? I have no idea. I really hope not, because it really depends on where they put Cooper at the end of the day. Rigo says, if you could bring back one player, who you got? Bring back one player right now? it'd probably be. I would say probably EJ Jenkins right now. Because edge-wise, there's nobody that they really let go that I want back. EJ Jenkins is probably the one guy I want back because tight end is a mess right now. You just came at the wrong time. I haven't talked about Nolan. I talked about Nolan, I think, twice today. That's it. But we're talking about, someone asked about, obviously, the edge. So, he's got to be in conversation. I'm not trashing him. I'm just, why is it, like, if a player does bad, like, I'm trashing him? It's fucking feedback. Like, what? It's feedback. That's all it is. Vincent says White, Dean, and Trotter are great against the run. No, I have no issue with those guys against the run. The coverage is where I'm really questioning with the linebackers. I think I got to see more from Zach Bond. Apparently, he's the best coverage guy we have. Nakobe Dean, I think, has gotten way better. I think they should use him more downhill. So I got to see out of this group what they're doing. Trotter Jr. hasn't shown enough in coverage, but how much pressure am I really going to put on him at this point? Says we're going to sign Jack Stahl. Yeah, really tight end is really where I'm looking at right now. See, 500 talking about Khalil Mack, your thought? Potentially, sure. I mean, he had 17 sacks last year. I mean, Khalil Mack could be a possibility, but it's just he's just older. The last time we signed a high sack guy, and what's his fucking name from the the guy from the Bears that we signed, we gave away a 4th-round pick, and he did absolutely nothing. I don't want to turn to that situation. You know what I mean? That's the only issue I'm really having at this point with Khalil Mack. Like, his sack numbers are just like, they're there, and he loves Fangio, by the way. He was defensive coordinator in Chicago when he was there, so he knows him really well. A possibility, I guess, sure. But I don't want to give up a mid-round pick for him, though. Like, I think it's going to be a waste. I don't want it to be a waste. That guy we signed from the Bears, I keep forgetting his damn name. Robert Quinn, thank you. Robert Quinn was a waste of time. Allroad said Bradberry stays because of the money. Lurie told Howie you sign him, so he stays. Bradberry is done. He better not start. Where's the 53-man list? I have not seen it. It's on the Philadelphia Eagles website. It's on their website right now. It's all over the place now. It's on there now. Chris says Jordan Matthews got cut, tight end 3. Don't know how I feel about that, but kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't want to see Jack Stahl. Why not? What's the problem with Jack Stahl? Chris says he caught a touchdown pass in the preseason. It makes me feel old knowing he's still playing. Yeah, I keep forgetting he's still in the league. You said Jordan Matthews still in the league. Didn't even know what. And as a tight end, what? Yeah. Yeah, I knew he changed positions a while back, but so Donald Parham is out there. Irv Smith is out there. Kansas City released him as well. So yeah. I didn't even think about Jordan Matthews at all. So it's been kind of nuts. But yeah, other than that, guys, I think we're set. I mean, we're just gonna wait till tomorrow, see what happens, and figure out what's going on. Really, I mean, that's where we're at right now. We're kind of where we're at. So, Alexander Frost, I agree about Bradberry, but if him and Cooper are playing in the same position, doesn't this move really give Cooper time to fully recover? I could see Bradberry being traded later, potentially. Yeah, that could be a whole nother reason. But it really depends on where Cooper DeJean actually lands, and I'm hoping it's at safety. I'm hoping. But if you're going out there trying to trade Bradberry from Jeff McClain's report, and there's nobody sees Bradberry as an outside corner right now, and they don't even think he'd be a good safety, That's a fucking issue. I think that's a total issue. Vince says Philly Foss, he was good with us, just kind of out of shape. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, we'll get the practice squad tomorrow. We'll see if they add a third tight end. We'll see if EJ Jenkins comes back to practice squad. We'll see about the Jack Stahl situation. We'll see about obviously Paris Campbell and bringing him back because there's rumors that he is going to be coming back. So we'll see what happens with that. They only kept 5 receivers. As of right now, you obviously have Jahan Dotson now, so that really cut out John Ross and really cut out Paris Campbell at the end of the day for a trade like that. Made it a lot harder for the team to keep an extra receiver. So we'll see what happens. Alexander Force, for the record, with his speed, why don't they play Nolan like Dallas played Pearson? Nolan isn't a defensive end. Before OTAs even started, I wanted to see if Nolan Smith was going to cross-train the outside linebacker. That's what I really wanted. But if Fangio says he just doesn't have the right tools right now and he's not physical enough and you can't bull rush on fucking left tackles because he's got no tools in his toolbox at this point, that's where I'm at with it, That's where I'm at. Unfortunately, that's the name of the game right now. But we will see. We will see. We got 266 in chat. Make sure you subscribe before you leave, and make sure you hit the like button because it helps the channel tremendously. And the regular season coming, so we're gonna be doing 5 streams a week. We're gonna be doing live play-by-plays of every Eagles game this season with commentary, all that great stuff, and obviously content like crazy. We might stream tomorrow when I talk about the practice squad, and obviously to see if any moves. So we have like another week or beyond for weeks if they decide to make some moves. We'll see, but maybe they'll make some changes. Howie did mention that the roster's not done yet, and yes, the practice squad tomorrow, but I feel like there's something looming within another week. We have 10 days until the regular season where we're playing in Brazil on a Friday night and a lot going down. So we'll see how it goes. But other than that, that's it. Check the links in the description to support and everything else. I appreciate it so much from everybody joining up today. We streamed for about over 2 hours. I'm going to get this video done for tomorrow and go in depth with some things. A little bit of ranting, so we're going to have an early video tomorrow in the morning. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And that's it. I will see you guys on the next one tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't panic. Howie's got this thing covered. We'll see how it plays out between tomorrow and obviously till the end of next week. That's what we're really hoping. So you guys enjoy yourselves. And I will see you guys on the next one. You guys enjoy. Shakes, what up? Follow slide. Peace out, guys.